Welcome everybody to Solaris VII. I remember the thing, episode 5. My name is Sam Lander and I'm your GM. I have some players.
My name is Sir, and I'm playing Arnstein Elden.
My name is Hedgemon Lur, and I'm playing Caleb Archer.
My name is Heath, and I am playing Bob.
And I'm Eastbourne, and I'm playing Marina Huffa.
All right, so it is the night passes. It's Sunday night. Works its way into Monday morning. You guys wake up early enough to get to the 7 o'clock tech meeting. Going about your breakfast business as you would. And it is, I guess I'll leave it up to you guys.
Arnstein's clanking about in the least damaged Jenner.
So Jenner number 2,
The
one
one
on the right.
with the faulty, the sabotaged medium laser capacitor banks.
Caleb's going to walk over to the Thunderbolt and start looking at the left leg as if something's not quite right, but he's going to hold a wrench so it makes it look like he's doing something.
Okay. All right, you guys see the Tex and Aztecs coming in through this door is open over here. You can kind of see them filtering into the break room and working their way, like you saw a note this morning posted that the commander asked them to meet, or the what's her bucket? Names are hard. Kyoko left a note on the tables and stuff to have everybody meet up in the meeting room upstairs, or in the middle floor. Briefing room. That's the word I'm looking for.
Whenever Camilla walks by, Arnstein is, "Oi, Camilla! I need help, please!" Belting across the mech hall.
You like see her. So she disappears behind the door, and then she pokes her head out and goes, "What?"
"I need your help here, please. You know these things better than I do."
You see her turn around to somebody behind her, say something,
Clang,
and then she heads out. I don't want to be late for the meeting. It's like 6:50. Meeting's at 7.
Plenty time.
You can feel her eye roll from here, or from there, even though she's here. And she walks across the mech bay towards you guys. The sounds of people like walking through the hold on, my stream has had an issue. Okay, well,
Roll20 connection to server has been interrupted for me as well.
okay.
You do.
All right. Well, we'll do this without Roll20 if we have to. All right. So back to it. You guys head up, or she walks across the hall casually. I would like everybody can give me a wisdom plus notice. DC is a number that I will tell you here in a second. DC
is something Arnstein doesn't get.
Okay. I can't see your rolls, so you're gonna have to just let me know what they are.
3.
Okay.
9.
It's still loading for me.
9.
Okay.
Was it D6? 1d6 or 2d6 plus your
It's
wisdom thing?
2d6 plus wisdom plus notice.
Should be -1. I can't roll either.
Have to
Yeah,
roll
minus
some
completely
actual
locked.
dice.
Yeah, because if you have physical dice, that would also work. Otherwise, I'm sure there's a dice roller online. Actually, no, there's a dice roller in Discord. See if anybody remembers how that works.
Equals roll 2d6, I believe. I had to change the prefix because it was mucking about with the thingamabob.
No, that doesn't work. All right. I can roll for you too. Random.org. Roll 2 dice.
I should have negatives on it.
Yep. So I got a 2 on 2d6 for you. I got an 8. So if you have a -1, that would be 7
6.
or 6.
2 minus 8s, right?
Okay.
Wisdom -1. Notice -1.
All right. So you see her walk across the thing. She's wearing like she is a medium-sized Asian gal, moderately dark skin, black hair, and she's got like she has what's the scrubs is the wrong word, jumpsuit. The text jumpsuit, she's got it like unzipped to her waist. She has like a t-shirt where she wears underneath it. She got unzipped to her waist, like tied around her waist. And she walks over to you guys and like walks over to Arnstein and goes, what's going on?
I'm trying to check out this other generator if it's been tampered with, but I can't get the panel on the laser to open. I figured out there's a sweet spot to hit, but I can't reach the panel all on my own.
She kind of scrunches up her face and gives you a look. The look says, "You're a better tech than that." And
I'm making my way towards the door that she came through.
Okay. And she starts climbing up the gantry to get to the arm of the mech. And she goes,
I will hit a random spot inside a panel somewhere I've got open just because logic.
Okay.
Well, while he's doing that and she's climbing the gantry, I'm going to shout over at Arnstein, "Are you giving her a hard time? Can't you figure anything out, man?" And start making my way over there toward them.
With a response, "General's not my usual mech to work on."
She gets up there and she looks at where you're poking. She's like, "Get out of the way." She reaches down to grab one of the tools you had laid out on the gantry. Give me. Okay, so Bob, you are headed towards the door at the bottom. Get there relatively easily.
Correct. I'm going about halfway.
Right.
So I still won't be able to get there if I have to.
All right. Caleb, you're headed over to the floor. Marina, you're basically on the ground level, looking up at Caleb, or not at Caleb, at Arnstein, or where are you at?
Yeah, I was between the mechs, probably like walking between the alleyway.
Okay.
The mechs.
And all right. Bob, I would like a notice plus wisdom roll from you, and Arnstein, I want a notice plus wisdom roll from you.
Notice plus wisdom is 7.
Okay. And
I got the exact same result as last roll. What?
you got a 9?
No, 3.
Oh.
But the dice are in the exact same spot.
Are you using roll 20 or are you using something else to roll?
Roll 20.
You might want to might want to use something else because we don't know what all services are down there. So their randomizer may be borked as well.
Hold on, I'm gonna roll a blue die twice.
Okay.
A 6 and a 5
Ooh.
plus 0. 11.
So 11. All right. So Bob, you don't see anything. Arnstein, you see her like reach up and undo the panel. That was the one that was booby trapped, but she does it in a very like specific way. And with that, you're pretty sure that she did it in such a way that it wouldn't trigger the booby trap. And she I need to make a roll for her. Oh, I need 2d6 as well. Thankfully, I have a whole bunch of dice right here. Okay, so she wouldn't notice. So she looks at you. So like, I don't understand what, like that wasn't that hard here. And she goes, all you have to do is push in here and hit this button with this tool, and it opens right up. Anyway, she looks down at her watch. I'm late for my meeting. I gotta go. And she head down the gantry.
Well,
Doesn't she notice it's already been tripped? Is it clear damage from it being tripped from when I tripped it?
So she is not acting like she noticed that. Whether she noticed it and has a cool cover or didn't notice it, you're uncertain.
I'm gonna cut her off halfway.
Okay.
Like walk towards her.
So you're
Arnstein's
and ask
gonna
her-
go. Well, you didn't push the button and do the way you said you did it slightly differently.
She turns like she's crawling down. She's like on the ladder going down the gantry. And she kind of looks at you. And then she like the gantries are set up for like, these are cheap, but they're set up for like mid combat repairs. So getting up and down them quickly is part of their job. So she puts her hands and feet outside of the ladder. So she slides down slides down the thing. We're gonna need initiative rolls. What's initiative in this game? Because I don't remember. It's D8, right?
Not sure.
I tried refreshing Roll20 and it's gathering steam.
Yeah, it's loading basically. I think something is down. Something big.
Yeah, Roll20 is broken. We're just gonna have to do it without it.
Problem is my character sheet is there.
And you don't have another way to do it. Okay, I can load. I should be able to load up your guys' character sheets at the very least, so I can tell you what numbers you need to be rolling. And
Initiative 1d8 plus dexterity modifier.
okay.
And I get 2 rolls, so let's find out what I get.
Okay.
I got a 6.
My best roll was an 8.
I'm gonna need paper to write this all down on too.
I rolled a 7.
All right. So I need a D8. I was definitely not prepared to run this game without tools. That's a D8. All right. So she rolled. Oh boy. So. Her name is Saito Camilla. So she got a 3. All right. Arnstein, what'd you get?
8.
You got an 8. Bob, what'd you get?
6.
Okay. Caleb, what'd you get?
Well, after I figured out that I'd rolled the D10 instead of the D8, got a 5.
Okay. So 5 for Caleb. And Marina?
I rolled a 7 on D8, and I think I have a +1 on Dex, if that counts. I'm not sure if that counts.
You have a dexterity of +1, yes. So I'm gonna put you above Arnstein. So you heard Arnstein say basically, but that's not what you did, and you see her reaction to that is basically you see her put her hands and feet to slide down the pole. She's gonna hit the bottom about the time you can react. You are up first. What you gonna do?
I'll run up to her and put an arm on her shoulder and say, "Didn't you work on this mech yesterday?"
Are you trying to prevent her from leaving, or just putting a hand on her?
Somewhere halfway. Not entirely like forcing her to stay, like grip or anything, but more like making sure that if she moves, I get the response through my hand real quick and I can react.
Give me a. So she's gonna react by trying to duck your hand. So if you do try to prevent her from leading, I'll need a strength or dexterity. So probably for you, dexterity plus force, or exert plus exert.
That's -1 +1, so that's 0, but that's 2d6 then, right?
Yep, 2d6.
Which is 4 that I rolled. 2 and 2.
So she like you don't get a grip on her. And that will be your turn, Arnstein. So she is now standing at the bottom of this ladder that leads up to the platform you're on. Marina is right next to her, and they're, I don't know, 10, 15 feet below you.
Tactical descent.
Okay.
Fall on her.
Okay, are you gonna try to land on her, or stop yourself before you actually pile on top
Death
of her?
from above. It's got to be death from above.
He's gonna control the momentum enough that he will try to knock her off her feet, but not squish her completely.
Okay, saves are a d20, right? And you're trying to roll under a number?
D20 roll over a number.
Roll over a number, okay. Pop this out. Okay, so d20 roll over a number. She succeeds. So you try to land on top of her, and she like twists out of the way, and so you are at the bottom of the stairs. She is now standing next to Marina. You're standing directly behind her. And that leads us to Bob. So Bob, you're probably 50 feet away from what's going on here.
I'm going to move up as close as I can, pull my sidearm out, look at her, and said, "Do not move or I'll shoot."
All right. She can't react to that yet. So Bob is threatening her. Give me a charisma plus. Is there an intimidation roll? There's probably like.
Connect, maybe?
Yeah. Charisma plus connect. Sure, we'll go with that. I don't have a better one for that.
9.
Okay. Okay. You're unsure of what her so she doesn't look terribly impressed by you. after Bob, it is Caleb. Oh, I think it's coming back.
Ooh, it's back.
Let's give it a quick refresh. So go ahead and load back into Roll20 if you guys can. Hopefully everything is fixed.
Yay!
Be just a moment.
Yep, same here.
Please hold. Technical difficulties.
Hey, there we go. All right. I need a generic. I don't have a good generic NPC for her. I'm just going to use that because it's fitting, so she is there. Bob, I'm going to say you're there because it actually gives you line of sight on her.
Sounds good.
Caleb, you were at your mech, so...
No, I started moving toward the Jenner. Remember when I shouted at Arnstein? So I was planning to be
like
close
there-ish maybe?
I'm not able to reconnect and see.
You're showing as connecting, at least.
Reload again. See, I lost my character sheet.
Ah.
Yeah, it's not loading
Same
in
here.
all of them.
It's wonky.
So, it's still not 100% yet. If you want to just bring up the stream muted, then you should be able to see from there as well. Nope, connection to server has been interrupted. Oh, shoot. Never mind. Something big is going down. I think it's Roll20.
Well, that's gonna make it tough.
Mm-hmm. Do you have dice, physical dice, or online dice you can use?
I do. Just lost the character sheet and reloading. I'm gonna load into your stream and mute it, and then I'll be ready to go.
Okay. And I can bring up people's character sheets as well if you need to see something on it.
Okay, I have got the stream going. So,
or maybe I can't.
I was hoping to be a little bit closer than that, sort of toward the back of the Jenner. But anyway, what Caleb is going to do is, as he sees her start to shoot down the ladder, he's going to take off at a run and try and tackle her, sort of a flying tackle.
Okay. Exert plus strength, please.
It's a +0, so that would be 2d6. Got a 7.
I'm gonna say that so you try to flying tackle her and she, like, you don't get a hold of her. You got hands at her, but didn't, you know, she's not tackled. And that brings us to their turn. So shooting somebody is D20, right? Or no? Firing a weapon. I can't load that. It's a D20 plus shoot plus. All right. Okay. That is a hit on Bob for 5 points of damage, Bob. You hear.
Ow.
You guys hear a silenced, so it's not quiet, but it's silenced, pistol fire. And Bob, you feel a ow as you get shot in the back, essentially.
Does it feel like it came down from the top or pretty well straightforward?
It came from the wall to the bottom of this page, and I mean, you don't know if it came from above or below or beside. The sound came from directly behind you, away from the mechs. And then it is her turn. She is going to try to get away. I'm gonna give her a... Since you guys are all right there, I'm gonna give her a physical save. Try to get out of contact with you. She manages it. She ducks out the... like, through the gantry. Oh, maybe it's coming back again. So she ducks through the gantry here. Out past you guys, and then here, and then she is booking it. She's booking it towards the front door, so probably get to about there. So she comes up basically parallel to you, Bob. And she ducked out of the way of... Actually, no, that is what she's gonna do. So there were 3 of you there. She's not dumb. All right, so you guys see her scramble through the I think this is a wasp. No. Yes, that's a wasp. So she ducks past the gantry the wasp is in, like through it relatively dexterously, and gets to basically parallel with Bob. Is the thingy back? Seems to be back.
Not entirely.
Yeah, looks like it's back up.
Back for me.
Okay.
Yep, not back yet.
Yay.
I did a physical save just for the deck. Everyone see that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We be back. Hopefully it stays that way. Put my dice back down here for now. All right, so Marina, you're up.
I'm gonna pull out my gun and try and shoot her in the leg. Can I do that in one turn?
Yep, you can do that in one turn. So you do 3 damage, and that will hit her. That's not enough to take her down. So you clip probably a leg, since that's what specifically you're aiming at. You clip like her thigh, so you see the cloth move, and she's as she's running, she's limping now. That was a rather loud bang.
Yes.
So you guys would probably see a bunch of people now rushing to the windows of the meeting room upstairs. All right. We have after Marina, Arnstein.
So how far am I capable of running?
You could try to flying tackle her. You can get to there.
Yep, flying tackle.
Give me a exert plus strength, please. DC 10 to actually land the tackle. So you miss your hit, and she is still up on her feet. Next up is Bob. So you got shot from the door, or you got.
So, as I turn my left, as she's running by me, do I see anybody to my left?
So you see a silhouette of a person in this doorway, and they have a hand up with a pistol. Looks like silenced in it.
I will run and try to tackle her.
Okay. Give me your exert plus strength. There you go.
10.
So you hit her waist high, and you guys both end up on the ground, right about there. She is struggling underneath you. She's got she got a gunshot wound in her clothing. And after Bob, Caleb, you're up.
All right. Did I hear the silence shot that hit Bob?
Yeah, so it was plenty loud enough for you to hear it. So I don't know if you guys have ever shot silenced pistol, but it's still fairly loud. It's just not nearly as loud as full on.
It's technically a suppressor, not a silencer.
Yes, it doesn't. It doesn't make the thup 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 sound it does in movies. It's instead of being ear piercingly loud, instead it's just bang bang. So yes, you heard that.
All right. Can I see the shooter as well?
So you see a silhouette of a person standing in the doorway right down here. That looks like they have a weapon.
All right. I'm gonna charge towards the door as far as I can go and try and take a shot.
Okay, are you gonna get behind any sort of cover, or just straight up charging it?
Just straight up charge.
Okay, go for it.
Get my gun out.
I don't 100% remember what the movement speed in this is, but I think it's about 30.
How do you see the distance? I'm not that familiar with Roll20.
You click and start moving your character, and then you right click while you're holding it. It should bring up a thing.
The other way to do it is there's a
tool for it.
There's a tool for it. The circle with a little line in it.
Gotcha.
That
Circle
if you
with
click,
ruler in it.
yeah, it lets you click and drag a distance. So you get into there. What?
Actually, I don't want to run to where everybody else is. You said 30 was the distance?
Yeah, I'm thinking 30.
So I'll go to there.
Okay. So yeah, you have a clear shot at whoever this is standing in the doorway.
I rolled a 14.
No, well, okay, and you did 5 damage. So that is you hear them as you shot them in the gut. They are not down, but that was definitely a hit. You don't know if basically they are not down because they have armor or otherwise, but yeah, definitely was a significant connection. Okay, after Caleb, it's their turn. So Camilla is trying to struggle to free herself from you. We'll do opposed exert plus strength roll, Bob.
Exert plus strength?
Yep, exert plus strength.
Oh.
You lose her, but she can't get very far. Like she kicks you off, but she gets like, oopsie. She gets to like here. And the person who's in the doorway, you guys see them vanish into like away from the doorway. See how far. What's the thing that lets you... That one. Okay. Okay, so you guys hear a set of doors banging as like they're obviously heading for an exit. All right. So they've disappeared from the door. Back to Marina.
I guess it takes my time to run here. 30 speed, 30 feet about the normal movement for a person, I guess.
Yeah, 30 feet is about normal for a person.
And I'll try and hold her so she can't leave.
All right, give me exert plus strength, please.
4.
You grab a hold of her. She has so you grab a hold of like her arm and shoulder, and she's got like her left arm and shoulder, and she's got a stun, the zappy stun. What is it called? Stun, not a stun gun, but
Taser.
taser. Thank you. In her right hand. And there's blood. Oh, there's a little bit of blood on the ground from where she got shot. After Marina Arnstein, you're up.
Arnstein's just gonna try and leverage his 200 something pounds and try to tackle her again.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna basically give her disadvantage. Go ahead and roll your exert plus strength. All right. So yeah, you grab a hold of her legs, and you've got her between you and Marina. You got her pinned down real good. So she is immobilized. Bob, you're up.
I'm going to pull out my vibro knife. I'm going to walk up to her.
Okay.
I'm going to grab her by the back of the head, put the knife down, not turn it on, but put it down right there so it's, right there, and says, "Are we done yet?"
Give me your charisma plus connect, and I will counter that with my. Yep. No. You see her shudder at the image of the knife and just relax. Like she's no longer fighting back. She like lets the stun gun, the taser drop out of her hand, and she just stops fighting.
Who do you work for?
Who do I? She looks like she's completely scared. She's like, no, I can't
Einstein's gonna find some wires or something and start binding hands.
Okay, so you guys are being watched from the observation bay up above. Like there's the entire crowd of techs and everybody are up there. Watching this. Cuz actual gunfire.
See, the commander knew we were going to do this, correct?
Are we done with the initiative?
Yeah, we're done with the initiative.
Yeah. All right, then I'm gonna when Arnstein goes to look for some wire, I'm like, hey, why don't we get her into the cafeteria to continue this?
She's like, she's not fighting you at all, so you guys can pick her up, move her, pretty easily. She is looking like scared for her life, and
when she's all tied up, I'll make sure to tend to her wounds a bit and to tend to some of our wounds. I think someone was hit.
Yes. Bob was hit. Go ahead and roll me your healing.
Plus.
Yeah, your medic plus probably intelligence. Since you've got time. Oh yeah, Bob, go ahead and take 2 points off of that wound. Get hit by the nice cooling sedative spray that Marina has, and you're like, how many hit points do you have total?
12.
So that was a little less than half. So yeah, your armored vest caught it, so you're just gonna have a nice bruise later. But the spray mist helped make it, it felt nice and cool.
Join the club.
Cooling down.
God, my second vest in 2 days.
All right, so as you guys enter the cafeteria, I will. Okay, so so there is a as you start taking her into the cafeteria, there's a whole bunch of people like at the top of the circular stairs, kind of looking down. And
Did you guys see someone run past?
there's a bunch of head shaking no's.
Is there a blood trail on the ground?
No, Marina like did a quick tie off for her leg.
I think he meant the guy that got hit in the
But I
doorway.
took-
Oh, the guy who got hit in the door. No, there's no blood from that. Looks like they caught it in a. Probably they had a bulletproof vest on as well.
Arnstein's gonna look up at the heads that shook their heads. No, is the meeting done already?
They just give looks, and then Stanislav, you can hear him bellow from above. He's like, "All right, look, no more looky-loos. Come on back. You know, like we have to complete this. Just come on." And people start like reluctantly pulling away. All right. So the conference room over here is going to be oopsie. Yeah. This conference room is going to be a whole lot more secure than the like open meeting room is.
Yep, that sounds like a great plan.
I would have pulled Camilla with me.
Yep. So you guys have her with you. I don't have an icon for her, so she is. You guys like see her in a chair, like, you know, fell to the ground, was tackled, so she's covered in sweat and grime. Hair's all mussed up, and she looks like she's on the verge of tears. Very worried expression on her face. You bound her hands. And she just looks at you and's like, well,
Who was your ally? Who was it in the door?
she's like, I guess they weren't at the meeting, so it's gonna come out anyway. It was oh, come on, gotta get the right names.
Let me guess. Tatian Kyoto.
She shakes her head. It was Kaneda Riol. So he is one of the Aztecs on your guys' lands. And she's
Mario, really?
Arnstein, can we fire the entire wings, the entire Aztec crew except for you?
she laughs like, yeah, sure, no, go, good idea. That'll.
I may be good tech. I'm not that good.
She's like,
Who else?
She
Who's Lance 1?
The lights,
Tidy.
the Jennerson. things,
yeah.
I thought.
So
Oh,
Or not Lance 1, the heavy Lance.
right,
Lance 1 is the light lance. That's how I have it organized.
Sorry, Lance 3 is what I meant then. Who's
Tidy.
Yes. So she looks like she's debating not saying anything. And she's got, you know, three big men. And I mean, Marina's not very big, but and she's all by herself in a room. She's like, I say.
Also, but that I believe that's one we figure out from the cameras. Yeah. He's just gonna. Does anyone know what the terrorist organization was called?
The New Solaris Initiative.
Just honestly, just gonna look at her with a cocked eyebrow and go, NSI?
I could have everybody give me a charisma plus skill. Notice. Charisma plus notice, please. That's good enough. Because she's not going to be able to cover that very well. No. Okay, so everybody notices her expression. She doesn't say anything, but like the expression that crosses her face is like yes. But she's like getting worked up, and she's starting to hyperventilate a little bit. It was just money. They weren't supposed to, nobody's supposed to die. There was just, they paid us to sabotage you guys. It was just money. They're gonna kill me. I already said too much. They're gonna kill me. They're like, I can tell you where I put the money, but they're gonna kill me.
I mean, they already killed you in a rake, right?
Nobody was supposed to die. He was helping, and then all of a sudden he was dead, and
that was definitely a rake.
How this works?
Armo shell.
You believe that a big thing that does a lot of destruction will care if other people get hurt?
I didn't know that they were gonna sabotage the mech. It was simple. We were supposed to sabotage the captain's mech and make sure that she couldn't continue to fight. Nobody's supposed to die. It was just we had to make sure that she couldn't continue to fight.
What about the other Jenner then?
What about the one that shot me?
Yeah. Who was it that sabotaged the other Jenner? It was her, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
was having trouble remembering that.
Yeah.
She's like, they told me that you guys couldn't continue to work on the stuff. We need to make sure that you weren't able to fix it before the match. And they said since you guys switched matches out that I had to do that, and then she shuts up. And she's looking.
Feel good about yourself.
And she just like starts dirty sobbing. She's crying the cry of somebody who feels like that if they manage to make it out of this room without getting beaten to a pulp, they're probably going to get shot sometime soon.
I'm going to call a captain.
Uh,
Let her know what's going on.
Arnstein's
If she hasn't made her way down here by then.
making a message for Tai with the name of the Aztec from our lands that allegedly ran off. With the notation involves NSI exclamation point exclamation point exclamation point.
So she's gonna take a while to compose herself. And the Tai, the captain, comes down. Looks at, like, you guys gonna meet her outside this room, or are you gonna meet her in this room?
I'm going to meet her like right here, just outside of
Okay.
that main conference room.
There's no other
Stay
door to this.
No.
So-
There's no other door. There's like, there is a window, but it doesn't really count in this room. Like, it lets a little light in, but it's not big enough for somebody to crawl through. So there's literally one exit from this room, unless you want to go through drywall.
Is it big enough to shoot through?
The window? Probably not, because of the way the buildings are laid out.
Okay.
You'd have to like be attached to the wall of the next building over, like 10 feet up.
Gotcha. Okay.
Raina, you want to stay here and watch her while we step
I
out?
will.
So she's sobbing, repeating something along the lines of, "Nobody was supposed to die. It was just for money. That's all they wanted. They wanted you guys to lose. That's all it needed to happen." All right. So you Bob and Caleb meet the Tyee outside the room, and she like takes a deep breath and says, "All right, what you got?"
Well, I've been shot.
Ah,
The
well,
person who shot me got away,
Eyebrow raised.
and we have one of the suspects of who's been sabotaging the mix.
you got
one
two
up.
birds with one stone.
We do. We know who the second one is.
Who?
All right, I'm bad with names too.
Kaneda, Reno.
Yeah,
Can't remember the
Kaneda.
names.
Kaneda. That's interesting. All right. To give you any other names?
Yeah, but it was one we'd already figured out, and I can't remember, as the player, I can't remember the name.
I say.
I say, yeah.
No. You're still in the room if you want to be, aren't you? Or you can be out there. Either way.
I'll probably sit there just quietly to her. As a tech, you should have more integrity, and probably not the right thing to say to her, but he's going on about tech integrity and what's its and stuffs.
Give me a charisma plus connect, please.
There's also a talk skill.
There is a.
Yeah, either is equally bad for me, but
What's the talk skill?
Just
Just talk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
talk.
no talk. So yeah, charisma plus talk. Six. So after a couple minutes, she's like starting to calm down. She's got that that deep breath going on, and she looks at the curtains are drawn, and then she realizes that like somebody could shoot through the window, and she like flings herself against like the back corner of the room and like huddles down on the floor, and she's back to hyperventilating again. All right, back outside the room. All right, so we have at least one tech and a couple of Aztecs at least an Aztec from each lance. See if you can get anything more from her. See if you can get any if there's anybody else who's working. And we will. She gives a heavy sigh. I guess I'll leave up to you guys. If you turn her over to the police or if you let her go, I don't have high hopes for her survival either way if NSI is involved with this.
Do we have a way to protect her? Do you know of anybody that we could pass her off to where she's not going to end up dead? That's the only way we're going to get good information out of her.
She shakes her head. Caleb?
I might know a guy.
You're right.
All right, how do we do this? Do I need to make a roll?
Give me your tech, or not tech, connect plus charisma. You know a certain retired police officer who lives in the come on, open up. Who lives in New Texas next to the Bulls stadium or the Bulls stable, who just might be able to help. Oopsie, wrong one.
Talking about my friend Marco.
Yep.
We could see if Marco can help her out. He might have some way of keeping her off the radar.
Bob, you haven't known Marco for as long, but this also strikes you as he strikes you as somebody who has some connections.
A good idea.
Yeah.
With that, I'm going to walk back in and talk to her very
Right.
softly and just go, look, we have 3 choices. 1, I can just put you out of your misery now.
She's
2,
like
we can release
hyperventilating
you.
harder.
2, we can release you,
Hyperventilating harder.
and they will put you out of your misery. Or 3, we have a guy here that we trust who will help you out, but we need information from you.
And all right, I need to make a Just do it this way. All right. 2d6. I don't trust you. Bob, give me a charisma plus talk, please. An 8. She's like, I don't trust you, but I guess.
Oh, I can re-roll.
Okay.
I got a 1 in that.
Go ahead and give me the reroll. Okay, with a 10. Her face kind of clears up and she stops hyperventilating. She's like, I don't know that I trust you, but I don't know that I have a lot of choice. We were
Weird
paid.
talk.
She goes, we were promised 100,000 sea bills each. And all we had to do was make sure that that your stable couldn't win any matches. And it was working. It was working, but then the captain almost died, and then something blew up Rake, and now I don't. The NSI is gonna burn their assets here. Like anybody who's been found, they're either gonna have to go in hiding or whatever. So I was paid 10,000 in advance, and I can tell you how to get that, but can I keep it? I need to get away. If you know somebody who can help me get away, they're gonna want money. And if you let me keep it, then I'll tell you who else was involved here, and what else I know.
Arnstein's gonna pipe up with, well, we should take the money, but as you say, you need it. And
I'm
I would very much hate that you got killed. So I say you keep the money, but think about what I said about integrity.
I gotta get
If
off. The only way I'm gonna be safe is if I get off planet. Maybe I can find a tech job somewhere else. And she's like covered in tears, and her shirt is soaked.
Mumbling and counting on my fingers. So Saito, you, Rake, Chan, Hanza,
Ikeda Kyo.
Ikeda Kyo. That's 600,000 they were willing to spend here.
Yes, Ikeda. So Ueno Saito. So she thumps herself. Saito, Ikeda, Kaneda, and Ase.
So which mechs are all ready to blow up right now that you guys sabotaged?
The Jenner that had the ammo explosion, that was what we did to it. We were only able to disable the ejection mechanism on Thais' mech. She looks at Arnstein. Your mech, the Wolverine, 30 seconds into running full power, there is a small explosive on the reactor that will damage the reactor and cause your mech to overheat.
You told us no one's supposed to be killed? A small explosive on a reactor?
It would only do a little bit of damage, just enough to overheat your mech. It wouldn't blow the mech up. That's all it's gonna do.
You know how
Upon
fiddly
her
reactors are.
Let her
Upon
finish.
hearing a small explosive near the reactor of my mech, Arnstein will slam a fist into the table, stand up abruptly, storm out,
Okay.
yelling, "You better hope I don't see you again."
And the Thunderbolt, she looks at Caleb. The Thunderbolt's knee has, in the grease, it has grit, so that the joint would eventually fail.
And
That's all we did. That's all we had time for. You guys weren't supposed to be weren't supposed to be going to the match this week. It was supposed to be the Light Lance. That's all we had time for.
okay, so that's all you had time for to do. What else were you going to do?
If you guys kept losing, we were gonna get paid and leave.
What about the Lightlands?
The Light Lance, she let you know the ammo explosion to damage it, and the lasers in the left arm of the other Jenner were basically rigged to fail after their first round of firing. So Arnstein, you charge off to your mech. Pop open the access cover in the back of your mech to get access to the reactor. And you crawl up in there, and you're like head and shoulder and legs deep before you see a device that looks like it's part of the piping and everything that makes this reactor run, but you know your mech well enough to know that it does not belong on your mech.
Deep sigh, crawl back out, get the tools necessary to get that thing out and fix the reactor piping.
All right. I'm gonna need a fix plus intelligence. Don't roll badly. Oh yeah, fine. So this thing was not rigged to blow upon tampering with it or anything. It looks like it has some sort of trigger that when the mech got over a certain temperature, basically if the mech had gotten, for speaking in BattleTech terms, if the mech got over 4 heat at the end of a round, it would basically go off and act as 1 reactor damage. But you're able to get that out with a 12. You're able to disconnect it, and it's just like, oh, unspin this, take it off, spin then the thing that was attached to, everything's back to normal. You now have a probably 1 pound piece of plastic explosive with a pipe attached to it in your hand. Small explosive. All right, so back to the room. So yeah, so she tells you all this, and she's like, "Are you gonna?" I guess I know you don't owe me anything, but can you get me somewhere safe?
So I'll pick up my comm and give a call to Marco, see if I can get a hold of him.
Give me your connect. What is it? +2. So your charisma plus connect plus your contact. I think it was a +2 for him.
That's right.
Okay, so yeah,
Oh boy, crit.
is that actually a crit?
Yeah, 2 6s.
2 6s. All right, so you hear it ring his comm and or his cell phone. And he's like, "Hey, Caleb, what can I do for you?"
I've been seeing a lot of me lately, but I got a situation I'm hoping you can help me out with. It might be we can make it worth your while. I need a way to make someone disappear, but in a good way.
Make someone disappear in a good way. I haven't done that in a while. Absolutely. If you give me some information, actually, why don't you just bring them by the house? That way, that's the safest. I don't want to know too much. Disappear in a good way. Disappear in a good way. Are they okay with leaving the planet?
I think they'd prefer.
Yes.
Oh well, that's even easier then. Yeah, no. Bring them around. We might just be able to get them off planet in a couple hours.
All right, we'll see you quick as we can get there. We may have to make a stop first. We'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.
Hearing
I'm
okay,
gonna-
so did you have this conversation in the room with her, or did you have the conversation out in the hallway?
I wanted her to hear it.
So for the first time since you guys tackled her, you see like something akin to hope across her face.
I'm gonna make a call to the hospital
Okay.
and just see if one of the nurses that I've talked to is working.
Sure. Yeah. I don't think we've given him any name, but yeah.
No, pretty much it's just gonna be, how's my buddy John doing? How's everything going?
John,
And
he's
then
doing
if you
great.
happen to see anybody, that's good. That's good. And if you happen to see anybody come in with like broken ribs, can you just give me a call? Let me know.
Broken rib. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Sure.
Do you say from a gunshot?
No.
Okay.
I think that she's smart enough that she would probably figure out that I'm not looking for the average broken rib.
Give me a charisma plus connect +1.
Connect. 1.
Also, Caleb, with that 16, increase your connection with that guy to an additional 1.
Awesome.
9.
9? Okay, so you're fairly certain that if somebody comes in, not only with broken ribs, but if somebody comes in to bother John and they're acting strangely at all, you're going to get a call.
Perfect.
Go ahead and mark down nurse as a contact on your sheet at a +1. I'm going to give them a name. Lucas Steen. So, nurse in they work overnight, basically midnight to 10 a.m. shift at the hospital. Generally. All right.
Go ahead and make sure that that Saito's untied and go get a vehicle.
All right. She like pulls her coveralls up over like because she got her shirt is soaked from her crying, so she's like covering herself up with her coveralls, like muddy, dirty, dusty. She's like wiping her face with her hands. It's like, can I go use the can I go wash up a little bit?
Sure.
Okay. So
I'll
she
stand outside the door while she's in there.
Yeah, so she heads up to the restroom up here, and you guys hear like whoever's out there with her. You hear the water running. After a couple minutes, she comes back out. She looks not presentable. She has the like rimmed eyes, but her face is clean. She's no longer covered with dirt. And she's like, "All right, well, I guess let's go let's go see your friend.
While she's in the bathroom, I'm gonna run upstairs, grab a generic jacket, the first one I come to, wherever it is that might fit her, and grab my little bit heavier gear. So my actual submachine gun.
Okay. So yep, you can absolutely do that. No problem.
When I come down, are there any patches on her that reference our stable? Like on her jumpsuit.
Yeah, the jumpsuit has a Valkyrie stable emblem on the back of it, and then a name tag on the front.
I will grab the symbol, and with my knife, I will pretty much cut it right off.
Okay. Yep.
Off of her, and I will hand her the generic jacket.
So she puts the jacket on. It's not hard. It's pretty easy to get off the symbol on the back. About this time, Arnstein is like crawling his way back out of the back of his mech. He's got a softball sized thing in his hand.
I shout over to him, "Hey Arnstein, you take a look at my at the legs on the Thunderbolt. It's a little bit gritty."
Arnstein's gonna let out the heavy sigh, limber up the joints, and just grab his tool chest and start working on the knees and the rest of the mechs.
All right, Arnstein, I'm gonna want a fix plus intelligence from you. Who's all gonna go take Camilla to?
I am definitely going.
Yep, of course I am as well.
Okay, Marina, you gonna go with them, or are you gonna stay with Arnstein?
I'm gonna help Arnstein with
okay. All right, so Caleb and Bob, you take off in one of the vehicles. Arnstein and Marina, you get the like leg joint open for Caleb's mech, and Arnstein, yeah, you start like checking the grease packing that's in the knee, and it is full of like, you're not sure if it's diamond or ruby. It's some sort of abrasive powder. Like, this feels just to your fingers. You like rub it between your fingers, and it feels like sandpaper. And it's gonna take basically completely stripping the joint and repacking the grease, and it's gonna take like hours to do.
Yep. I see. Arnstein's just gonna start.
Can I take a high pressure hose and try and blow the grease between without disassembling it completely?
You can help out. Arnstein probably gives you maybe a better suggest. I don't know how you would do this, but maybe you're helping him out.
Right.
Complete disassembly, scooping out the abrasives by hand, then degreasing, then assembling, then repacking.
Yeah, so it's like mechanical things are happening.
Got it.
All right, so yeah, you guys are able to do that. You think it's probably 3 or 4 hours. Looking at your chronometer or your watch, this is gonna take longer than you have time for to get it done before the funeral. So you can get started definitely, but
the day's not over.
Always planned to stay behind and go over all the mechs.
Right. So are you not going to go to the funeral?
Arnstein's not going to any funeral.
Okay. Good to know. All right. So Caleb and Bob, you guys drive towards Name's house, whose name I just forgot again.
Yeah, we gotta make a stop first. We're asking her where the money is.
Oh, so
she's gonna need the money to get out of town.
So she has the C-bills in her apartment. So yeah, if you guys are gonna stop by her apartment, you can.
That's the first stop.
Okay. I would like an intelligence roll from both of you. If you do, I don't know if there's a relevant skill or not. Hold on a second. What was your trade, Bob?
Diplomat.
Okay. Give me an intelligence. Honestly, just straight intelligence for both of you. Unless you have some sort of like police or criminal underground background, that would help.
Well, I'm a criminal, so
Do you have a skill that's related to that?
not specifically.
Okay.
I will say closest I would have would probably be talk, but yeah.
Not sure where you're going. No, I mean, you could do no plus intelligence.
Do what plus intelligence?
No.
Yeah, if you have a knowledge that's like related to police or criminal, do you have knowledge? Or do you have no? I would give you no. If you have it at a +0 or higher.
No, it's actually worse on mine now that I'm looking at it. So I'll just roll intelligence.
Yeah.
All right, how do I roll just intelligence?
2d6 plus whatever your modifier is. A 7 and a 4. All right. So you guys take her to her apartment. And you let her. Are you letting her go up to her apartment by herself, or are you gonna go up with her?
I am escorting my new girlfriend up the stairs by the arm, very gently.
I'm keeping the car running.
Okay. I would like. Okay, so she opens up in her apartment. It's a small one bedroom thing. I would like Bob, you need to give me a physical save, please. Oh. Okay.
Woohoo!
So, Bob, you hear as looking out through her window across to a rooftop across the way. You see somebody with I think it's a law missile. Like you see it launch. You dive with a 17. I'll give you two choices. You can either grab her and take some amount of damage, or you can not grab her and take no damage. She looks like she didn't notice. You have a moment to react.
I'm jumping. She opened the door, I'm jumping.
All right.
It dawns on me too late that this was a bad idea, so I'm just jumping.
So, Caleb, you see Bob leap out of. So this is one of those apartment buildings that like has an open stairway or an open face, and then a bunch of doors, one to each apartment. So you see her open the door. You see Bob like go in the door behind her, and then you see Bob like leap to the left, and just this fountain of flame exit her front door. And Bob, you hear a scream. I'm gonna. So If she gets really lucky, she lives. She does not get that lucky. No, actually she does. So you hear her scream, and she comes stumbling out of the door, like shrapnel, broken glass, like there's this giant gout of flame. She's singed but not burned, and she just collapses on the, like, so if you went to your right, Bob, she went down to your left. Caleb, you probably see a smoke trail heading up to the roof of a building across the street from there. You see a person packing up a long, what is it, like 6 foot long tube onto the thing, and then heading into that building.
When you say packing up, you don't mean reloading, you mean running away.
I mean, like they're putting it into
Storing.
They're storing it. Yeah, they're not loading another weapon into it. Actually, these things are one shot. Never mind. They're wiping it off, dropping it on the thing, and then heading at a somewhat casual pace into like this apartment building across the way.
All right, I'm gonna actually hop out of the vehicle, run up to him, and say, "Let me guess, the money is actually in the apartment, right?"
So, so Camilla is like writhing in pain and is otherwise unresponsive. And Bob is like uninjured but staring at this, like the apartment is now on fire. You can hear it crackling inside there.
All right, well, I'm gonna sort of thump Bob on the shoulder to see if I can get him to attention, get his attention, then see if we can help Camilla back to the van.
I get up. I look at Camilla. Where's it at? That's your only choice.
She whimpers something about her bed in the apartment.
Can I make it in, or is the fire too much?
You can give me an exert plus strength, DC 10, and you won't take any damage. Or sorry, exert plus strength or dexterity, whichever's better.
We'll go with strength.
Okay. Okay, so you get singed on the way in and out. We're gonna say 2 points of damage. 2 points of damage. You do come up with a lockbox, and the fire is growing. Actually, about this time, you hear the fire alarms go off, and like the sprinkler systems kick on in her room.
I put the lockbox under my coat. I run out going, there's no one else in there. I think everybody's out.
Okay. So,
as we help her to the van and get her going.
Okay. Whoever's not driving, could I get a medical check? Because she's like, you're gonna need to do some sort of bandaging on her.
If you got her, I'm driving.
I'll do what I can, but it ain't gonna be good.
Well, it's not gonna be good for me either. So
that heal plus something.
Heal plus intelligence or wisdom. I'll give you wisdom.
Okay, wisdom would be better.
Yeah, for me, yeah.
Heal plus wisdom. You get
wow.
Like you stop her bleeding. She's got shrapnel probably in her face and arms. The jacket you think protected her. The jacket that Bob gave her, like, gave her a little bit of buffer from getting a chest full of that explosion. Her legs are all tore up, but you're able to like get the bleeding to stop, get her calmed down, strapped into her seat. And she's just like done is the best way to put it. Like she's staring off into a middle distance, kind of down and away. not even crying anymore. She's just done. Like, today has been too much.
I am driving towards the hospital. I'm not even going to the cops' place now. I'm going straight to the hospital.
Okay. Yeah, yep. You can take her to the hospital. No problem at all.
I'm gonna give my friend Marco a call and say, change of plans. We need something a little less conspicuous at the hospital. Can you meet us there?
Yeah. Give me a little bit to get down there. You taking her to names? Taking her to Noriko?
Yeah, Norco, the same place where John's at.
Yeah, I'll meet you there. Give me. You can tell he's doing some mental math. Give me 45 minutes.
All right, sounds good.
I am stashing the cash under the seat.
Okay. Cash looks like if you take a moment to open up the thing, it looks like nice stacks of 100 C-bill notes.
We're probably going to need some of this to keep her name off the books.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking.
All right, so swinging back into the mech bay, Arnstein, you get into this thing a little further, like you're grease up to the elbows, and you're pretty sure that it wasn't like it hadn't been disabled for very long. Like, you don't need to completely replace the actuators. You just need to like take them out, take them apart, clean them up. And after a while,
It's technically been a day, right?
yeah, well, and you guys hadn't like walked it around a bunch or anything.
Right.
After a while, Kyoko walks up. Like, there are other people working on other mechs in this place, but it's real subdued. Like there's a big buffer around your guys' mechs, and Kyoko comes up, the head tech comes up and and sees what you guys are doing, and is like, all right, what's the damage?
I nod my head to the softball-sized thing with a pipe on it, which is on top of a nearby tool chest, whilst elbow deep in the abrasive grease. That one was in my mech next to the reactor, and this actuator needs to be re-greased completely.
She takes a deep breath in, heavy breath out, and is like, nothing else? Is there any other? Do I need to worry about Lance 3?
Oh, Lance 3, the Jenner had his left arm laser
That's
rigged
Lance
to fail after
1.
Oh,
Sorry,
It is the
yes.
heavy.
The Lance 1 is the lights, Lance 2 is the mediums, and Lance 3 is the
Right.
heavies.
right. Okay, sorry. In the light lens, there were the explosives, I think, right? The ammo explosives.
Yep. That one she already knew about because they already done blowed up.
Right. The Jenner is part of Lance 3, right?
No, Jenner's Lance 1.
Oh, that's the light
That's
one.
three is Marauder and
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and the Jenner's right arm, left arm, sorry, should be rigged to fail after one time firing.
She takes a deep breath, sighs.
At least we have the time for those.
Don't have enough crew for him now, though. Well, all right. Did she give you any clue on how we're gonna see if there's, like, she gave us a bunch of names for people who are here. Did she give you how we're gonna figure out if new people are gonna be safe to let on, or are we just gonna be down techs?
Arnstein just shrugs. He left before anything got learned.
Well, she told us that they were paid up front 10,000 creds, and they were supposed to get 100,000 each after the job was complete. After we kept losing. And so far that we know, I'll list off the names that she named to me. Was it Uneno, Ideka, Kanada, Ase,
Right.
Saito, right?
And
Rick.
and she goes, yeah, Tai's talking to Ase right now. I think there's going to be a deep heart-to-heart, followed by Ase never showing her face again.
Yeah. But I mean, they have paid up front like 10,000 creds already.
Right.
They might not want to do that again with the new people who just joined. I mean, the new people would not have the trust anyway that the old crew has anyway, right?
She nods. She nods emphatically. Yeah, we'll definitely have a bunch of people working on it. Could I have you each give me a fix plus intelligence roll?
I'm considering rerolling that. just because. Yeah, I will.
Okay.
See if we can get any better. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
So, having seen Arnstein, having seen what everybody here has done, the work they were working on and everything else, and what was done to this, you okay. There is one technical school, like with a 13. There's like each tech school, each place that teaches techs and Aztecs, kind of has their own style and everything else, a little bit, and you're pretty certain that that all of these people graduated from the same school, and it is the Comstar Academy for Technical Pursuits.
Mid degreasing, Arnstein's just gonna pause. Huh. Wait, didn't I see this before? This work is usually used. The way they did this is usually the people of the Comstar School for Technical Pursuits.
Wait, you're saying these guys are working like the... Run that by me again?
I start getting like technical mumbo jumbo and start pointing at things that I know usually is done in that way by that school.
Right.
And I'll point out it quickly on my own mech the way I learned it at the school in New Bergen.
And she takes a deep breath, lets out a deeply heartfelt fuck, and she just goes, all right, well, that's good to know, and it's you probably want to keep this to yourself. Last thing I want is to have one of our other techs say Comstar is behind all this, because I would prefer to be able to call my mom back home, you know? I don't want to be banned. So let's not, spread widely that Comstar, they came from the Comstar school, but that's really good information. And yeah, no, that will, I mean, it'll make me feel better about hiring new Aztecs if I don't hire from there. So that's good.
Isn't the Comstar Academy a well-respected one?
Oh, they are the creme de la creme. If you want to learn something technical and you can get into the Comstar Academy, that is the place to go. So they have everything from, at that place, they have everything from just basic, like, 18-month, you walk in the door with no skill and you walk out the door Wrench Monkey Aztec for relatively inexpensive amounts, to, like 2-year technical trainer degrees that'll get you a wrench turning position on vehicles and mechs, to like full 4-year degrees in like, a lot of people, if they go there, would go in through the Aztec program, spend a year kind of journeymaning as Aztecs, come back in, do the full technician program. It's like really hard to graduate from there.
Kind of wanted to hint at Tatian for maybe to send them a message that a couple of their graduates were kind of susceptible to bribery.
She kind of gives you a look like, I don't trust Comstar as far as, and she looks you up and down, as you can throw them.
Their reputation, they might want to keep their reputation in check.
I'll see if I have any contacts at the school who might know somebody who can get the bug in the right ear, but
It's just for new people that they allow in to maybe do an extra background check on,
Yeah. I really hope it's that their graduates are so broke they're susceptible to getting bribed, and not, she kind of waves her hand at Arnstein, Comstar involved in this. Anyway, thanks for the information, and good luck. And she turns around, heads back to her office. Like, if you guys are watching, she sits down, like, defeatedly into her chair, and then pulls up her computer and just starts, like, poking at it.
I'll get back at handing Arnstein like the tissues to wipe off all the grease and stuff.
All right, so back at the hospital, you guys pull up. Bob, you see Lucas, like, coming out one of the doors, one of the workers' entrance doors, as you guys pull up.
I wave at Lucas, kind of give him a little nod, that whole nothing's really wrong.
Yeah, he comes over.
I go, hey, so don't be alarmed, but there was a small explosion and we need some help off the books.
He looks at Camilla and goes, and just, like, eyes wide, and looks at you and then looks back at her and is like, off the books?
I slip some cash into, like, his pocket.
He's like, all right,
her life's in danger. No one needs to know she's here, or she won't be here much longer, if you get my drift.
He's like, yeah, give me a minute, and he heads into the building, and then comes back out with a wheelchair that's got a blanket on it. And he's like, okay, help her into this. And he helps you guys get her out of the seat and into the wheelchair, and then, like, drapes the blanket over her so she's not obvious. He's like, all right, yeah, no, follow me, come on. And he takes you up into the building. He takes you up to the same floor that John is on. And he's like, we can look, you got 2,000 C-bills? Like on you.
Yes,
on
she
you.
does. Yes, she does.
All right.
Yeah, I literally grabbed like half of it. Half it's in the car. I put the other $5,000 in because I don't know what's going to cost to get her anonymous treatment.
I can get a surgeon to like kind of fix her up and get her stable. She can't be here for more than about a day because somebody's going to notice. I can keep her. We can treat her here for about a day, but more than that, and somebody's going to notice, and she's going to get put in the system or kicked out of the building. You got someplace for her to go?
Yeah, I say days longer than I think she could last here. Can she get stable and at least stable enough to move and get away?
Give me a couple hours. I got a doctor who he should be around. Yeah, no, I can do something. He like pulls her into a room, like doesn't turn on the lights, doesn't turn on any of the equipment, helps her into the bed, says, yeah, give me a couple hours and she can be moved again. Okay, so you guys looking at your watch, if you want to make the funeral, you can't stay here that long.
Has Marco shown up yet?
Marco isn't here yet. He's probably 15-20 minutes out. So you have enough time if you want to wait till Marco shows up.
Let's wait till Marco's here. I will I will get him the rest of the 2,000.
Okay.
So that he has it for whatever he needs. I'm gonna hand the rest of the $5,000, the other $3,000 to Marco when he gets here.
Okay.
And explain that this is her money. Whatever it's going to cost to get her off the planet. If it's more than this, let me know.
So yep, Marco shows up. You make this transaction. He nods and goes, "Yeah, no, this will work." He's like, I'm assuming you need me to stay here and watch?
Yes.
And he looks in at her and goes, "Holy, what happened to her?"
Explain later. You got a gun?
He smirks.
That's all I needed to know.
All right. He nods and he takes guard, but he like steps inside the room to take guard. Like he's making sure he's not obvious outside the room, standing guard over a door, the closed and dark room.
We'll let him know the nurse's name we've been working with.
All right. Lucas. I don't know. This is not my hospital. I don't know Lucas, but thank you for letting me know.
Okay, and we also point out to Lucas that, yeah, we make sure the two, have, eye to eye before we leave, so they understand.
Yep, you're able to do that. You think if you leave now, you can probably get to the funeral in time.
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go.
All right, as we're going down, I'm going to call Marina and see if her and see if they're going to go to the funeral with us. If we need to swing by and pick them up.
Okay, Marina, you get a phone call.
Hello.
Hey, are you guys heading to the funeral, or do you want us to come pick you up, or what's up?
Would be great if you could pick me up. I think Arnstein is gonna continue working on the mech, right, Arnstein?
First are some choice Norse swears.
I have no idea what he's saying, but I'm guessing he's gonna stay here.
I get the drift. We'll be there in about less than 5 minutes. We're just around the corner.
while that happens, I'll make sure to grab enough, like an entire box or like 3 of tissues to put next, or like the big like industrial tissues to put next to Ernstine so we can use them.
Yeah, at this point, Arnstein, you have the like pieces disassembled, and you're trying to figure out the best way to get them all to the supersonic cleaner, ultrasonic cleaner that's in degreaser that's down and like along the back wall.
Loudly exclaiming, "Cart! Cart! Cart! Where?"
You're able to find. I mean, you know, it's one of those things where there's always one fewer cart than everybody needs, unless there's 8 carts that nobody knows why they're there. So you're able to eventually like round one up and you get it. So yep.
It's more an exclamation that if you got one, you better clear it fast because here I come.
All right. Yep. So Marina, you're able to get out to the van as Caleb and Bob pull up. Holy goodness.
Yep. I'm sorry, I was trying to find a van, but there's no van area.
It's like these are the main doors over here. Anyway. So yeah, you're able to get out and you guys head off. I'm going to go ahead and switch to the city map. So the funeral is located at a Buddhist temple in Hazawa. It takes it's like a 2-hour drive between traffic and everything else to get there. So yeah, you're able to get there. As you're going there, you realize you're driving past Ueno's her like neighborhood, and there are 4 buildings that got burned out in the attack, and there's a bunch of like some of the buildings that weren't burned up but were damaged in the conflict, or have like tarps draped over the open holes, and like workmen are here doing stuff and all that fun stuff. And you drive up, it's a small Buddhist temple. Pull up and walk in, assuming dressed. Well, how are you dressed?
Nicer. With the amount of time we had, I don't think I had enough time to get like a suit and tie on type of thing, but nicer.
I
No
probably
vest?
freshened up before they arrived.
Sure.
Say I'm still wearing my standard gear. I didn't take any time to change.
Okay. So you guys,
I mean,
you guys pull up. Park the car. There is one other vehicle in guest parking, and then there's a couple of cars around the side. Look like they are parked in like employee parking. You walk up. Ren is like standing by the doorway as you come in. She kind of nods and shakes your guys' hands. It's a small ceremony but heartfelt, so I personally don't know the culture well enough to say how the funeral goes. His body has already been cremated. You're thinking possibly because of the injuries. But it's kind of a wake style ceremony. There's, like I said, I don't know the culture well enough to say exactly how the funeral goes, but and at the end of it, Ueno comes up to you. She's wearing like a formal like skirt, like black skirt and blouse. She is like, hair is like neat and proper, and she walks up and bows, like takes each of your hands, does a half bow over your hand as she's holding you. And she goes, thank you for attending my brother's funeral. The burial will be later. Could I have everybody give me... No, it's obvious. All right, so her blouse is like, doesn't have long sleeves. And so you can see a vibrant green, the tail of a vibrant green dragon that wraps around her wrist and then goes up her arm and displays like it. So the back set of feet is probably around elbow level, like on the back of her arm, and then it continues up the back of her arm. It looks like it lands, like, judging by the length of it, probably somewhere on her chest. It would complete. None of... How familiar are your characters with like modern 3028 Japanese culture?
I would say for me, I would know. I would probably say probably average for me. What I see on the news, what I've read about in the newspaper, or on the web.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, it would only be like what I figured out when dealing in the ward I was stationed at. So nothing like criminal or whatever.
Yeah. Caleb?
Yeah, it's kind of similar for me. I didn't grow up in that culture, so I've learned from living and being in Valkyrie, but that's not my background.
I mean, for me, holy, yeah, that's an awesome tattoo.
Yeah, so does anybody comment on the tattoo? Because so at this point, the like priests have taken the urn of ashes back into another room. You guys are like in a little reception area, and she's like clear faced. Doesn't appear to have been crying. Like, she was somber through the funeral, but doesn't appear to have been crying.
I'm gonna take her hand, and
Okay.
I'm gonna inform her that we have names, and that your brother will be rested in peace.
She blinks a couple times and says, can you give some friends of mine those names?
Have your friends call me, and I will pass that information along.
She nods, and says, my friends will be very grateful to... She kind of takes a deep breath, and then she goes, my friends will be very grateful to clear up this manner of trouble for me. And I will be back at work tomorrow, and because you have been so kind and generous, perhaps we will have a time in the future where I can help, or perhaps my friends can help you out with trouble that you might find yourselves in. Everybody give me
Appreciate it.
charisma plus connect, probably, actually. Yeah, charisma plus connect rolls.
Okay. 2 6s.
Nice.
Critical roll.
There's no criticals in this game, but
Yeah.
no, but everybody. So from what Arnstein told you before, and the fact that she is displaying her tattoo, and her talking about her friends, you guys are all really certain that she is offering, if you give the names of the conspirators to her air quotes friends, basically the Yakuza are gonna owe you one on her behalf.
Question mark.
That's I mean, if you don't mind with in dealing with criminal elements,
Right.
it's probably a good thing. But yeah, so she
At
takes
least they're not on their bad side, right?
Yeah, so she takes her leave of you after a while, like friendly conversation. Like you guys all realize, so this is the tattoo on her left arm. This thing is like iridescent green. Like there was no expense spared on this tattoo. This is extremely high quality, extremely well crafted, very elaborate. Like one of the things you would have noticed is, so the dragon like jumps out at you, but pretty much her entire arm is tattoo. Like basically from just starting just above the wrist up, there is no bare square inch of arm, and it's a lot of it is very subtle work. So like the impression of trees or wind or whatever else. So her arm is completely sleeved, but it is very subtle, excellently done work. You're thinking no less than 30 or 40 hours worth of work under a master tattoo artist, just for what you can see of her arm.
Wow.
All right, so you guys are there's not much else happening here. She did not invite you to the internment, which tends to be a more private family thing. As you guys are head out and driving back, Bob, your phone rings.
Okay, I'll answer it. I'm given the. Oh, go ahead.
So man speaking to you in Japanese. Hello.
Hello. You calling for names?
So I'm assuming this conversation is happening in Japanese. You know that, right? Like your character knows
Correct.
Japanese?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So conversation entirely in Japanese. Marina and Caleb, whether or not you guys know that is up to whether or not you know Japanese. But yeah, he responds. He says, "Hi, yes, names, please."
I give them the names except for the girl who's in the hospital.
And the response is basically, "Thank you. They will no longer be a problem." And then click.
Perfect.
Caleb, you get a phone call. About the time that call is ending.
All right. Hello,
What was your buddy's name? The police officer.
Marco.
Marco says, "Hey, Caleb, good news.
I could use some good news. What do you got for me?
She is on a union, under medical, like under their medical personnel. She's on a union though, and they will be dusting off within the hour.
Oh, that's great news, Marco.
She is apparently headed towards hold on, I gotta bring up Intersphere map. It's kind of important. She's headed for Sky. Can you believe it? Cheapest ride I've ever gotten to somebody going to Sky. Only the rest of the money you guys gave me.
Well, you know how it works out.
You get a chuckle like the rest of the money you guys gave, it paid for her passage, but it also paid for his fees. But he's like, yeah, she should be safe. Happy to have made a connection for her and her friends. And then click.
So, Bob, just how much did you give him?
$3,000.
$3,000. Okay, cool. We might actually be able to pay the tab.
You read my mind.
And with that,
you read my mind.
And with that, we'll fade. So this has been BattleTech / Mech Warrior. Thank you everybody for watching. It has been great having you here. Bye.